So a quick thing that I kind of forgot about on the last stream is that all the cultists have like associated clues with them, and once you find all the clues, you can reveal who they are, and then they get marked on your map, which is really useful.
What's one life worth without 1,000 others behind it?
Bad lady.
Cosmos demands to know the secret
This
behind the
lady.
plans of men, so I simply cut them open.
Who needs democracy?
And this guy.
Rules the world. The cult is nothing without me. Even the gods.
And him, who's not really shown. Well, they don't think he's shown on the map because, I mean, he is a little, you know, plot important, let's say. This guy, though, that guy can be taken care of. But anyway, that's enough of that. Let's go to Athens. Athens is just over here. Hooray. Away we go. Oh, excuse me. Only pirates. Nothing more exciting than pirates. Hello. Caller, you're on the air.
When you're ready, meet me at the Pnyx in Athens.
And potentially having microphone problems. Oh, there you go. Hey! Hello.
Hello.
Caller. Caller, you're on the air.
So Sandy Hook.
Oh boy. Caller. Next caller.
What's up? What are we playing?
We are playing the final Assassin's Creed game, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. No, not the bad game. Some might say it was the sixth best game. Others might say it was the fourth best game, I think, of last year. I said fourth. The group said sixth.
Okay, so you're wrong.
But no, check it out. There's Athens.
Bunch of fucking pussy boys over there.
Athens.
Whoa.
Let's
Artist
see what
works
this
out.
city has in store for me.
You're going to Phoenix in Athens?
I'm going to the Knicks, I believe.
Yeah, the Phoenix. The Phoenix of Athens.
Let me tell you, there are quite a few Phoenixes in Athens, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, they're, I think, isn't that where they did a lot of the Phoenix statues? With the small peckers? The small Phoenixes?
I
Zeus had a small Phoenix.
I mean, we knew that. We've already climbed Zeus's dong.
Oh, okay. That was the first thing you did.
That basically. Whoop.
That's Romani.
Codec. Ah, Assassin's Creed. Insert QI joke here as I climb the Parthenon. Birds. Wait, is this seriously not where the viewpoint is? So it's not! Well, shit. Pardon me.
The famous Acropolis. A testament to humankind's skill and craftsmanship.
Let's climb up Athena. Climbing up the butt. Hello.
I'm back.
Hello. I climbed up a giant statue of Athena
Are you climbing that bronze statue?
with my hands and legs.
But how are you getting a grip
With my hands.
on the bronze metal statue?
Yeah, I'm grabbing onto it with my hands and then
Do you have magnets on your hands?
I do. It's true. Oh wait, actually, this is a guy I should talk to. I think, because I think
You
this.
should
Oop.
hack the statue and then use the statue to kill stuff.
Fortunately, the statue is not a robot.
But you're in a computer.
That's true. I am.
It's modded. Just put some Minecraft mods in it.
Get it.
I might have a job for you. If you're as good a fighter as I've heard,
You've heard of me?
don't let me go to your head.
Demosthenes.
The city, Mystios.
With flattery like that, how could I
That
possibly
that
turn
dog
you
was
down?
flying.
I'm not trying to fly.
Don't worry about it.
I'm trying to hide.
I'm
I need
worried
some
about
Spartan military targets.
But this guy needs some Spartan military targets removed.
I'll help you if I can. Depending on what it is you need, General.
it. You said it was 5 hours from now.
No.
Spies tell me the
I don't care.
Spartans are mobilizing. What I want you to do is hamstring them. Get into their forts and remove the commanders in charge.
I guess that makes sense.
I'm thrilled you approve. You'll need to bring me the seals of the commanders you kill as proof. You'll be amply rewarded.
Those don't seem like standard Athenian tactics.
But you know,
But it will work. And
this guy's like, "Hey, go kill some Spartan generals," and I'm like, "Sure thing, dog."
traditional warfare. The other generals
Spartans are the
disagree,
heroes.
but I refuse to let them
Well, if I go to
destroy our
Sparta, there's a
forces.
similar guy who's like, "Hey, go kill some Athenian generals," and I'll be like, "Sure thing, dog."
Our forces directly against the
I thought the whole point of this
Spartans.
game
We'll go
was
to
that they
their
marketed that you get to
contested
choose
strength
one of
against
the
those
other.
brutes.
That was the marketing, yes.
Commanders.
It's really more just like
All right. I'll take
you
your
can pick which side to take in a battle.
Deploy our men to do this.
That generally, more often than not, you started.
talk
Why
enough.
does that guy's head
I'll get your
piece
seals
look like a
delivered.
tripod?
Yeah, you know. It's the fashion of the Athenian military. They want to make
I don't know.
they want to make their heads look delicious so that the Spartans will eat them and then they will die.
Ubisoft has some good faces, even if I don't like them.
Yeah.
And good hair.
This game looks good. You know, they say of the Acropolis where the Parthenon is.
There are a lot of penixes in it.
No, the Phoenix is over here. But They say there are no straight lines, but they are incorrect. There are, in fact, many straight lines at the Acropolis, where the Parthenon is.
I feel like I'm missing a joke or something.
It's a reference to that QI show the Stephen Fry hosted for a while. And it's a bunch of British comedians sitting on a panel and answering trivia questions. Anyway, here's the Phoenix.
I don't see any Phoenixes.
Well, here's Pericles. Pericles at the Phoenix.
How would you feel if, when you reached the Phoenix, Burn My Dread started playing and then a giant eyeball was in the sky?
That'd be something. Anyway, here's
That's
Cleon.
Persona 3, right?
Yes.
It's been a hot second.
Same.
Persona 3 is better because it deals with that.
Alright, Pat. Get out of here.
I do like that Persona 3 is darker with his characters. I can appreciate that. It's just too bad it's cozy.
Yeah, I was about to say, I would like it more if it was written well.
Leon has turned the mob. We have to hurry.
Where?
And if the characters were, you know, characters. Anyway.
Okay, so we have K-Leon, but where's P-Leon in the Phoenix?
That's Cleon, not K-Leon.
Cleon.
Cleon's over here, and he's gonna make Athens great again. Yeah, no, that is a line in this game.
It's fine. Let them through.
When does Captain Kirk come down and have
It's
a fight
good to
with
see you again.
And you as well.
Unfortunately, never.
We wish it were under
him? Get it? Fucking get it? What's with games
Cassandra.
having like a hard on for putting these over the top?
And
Like,
what did you think of your first test?
I don't know, but have you seen the
Go on.
Division?
I think you did a great job.
No.
So you
The Division put out a tweet today because the Division, no, not political video game.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
About-
When they took, like some trending hashtag and like tried to
No, this is a different thing because they did an in-universe press release from Mexico because in the Division it's the thing where America got decimated by a Black Friday plague, and then they were like, here's this press release from Mexico saying that they've declared an emergency and construction on a wall on the northern border of Mexico will begin immediately.
I know
I heard about the shutdown one, and that was.
Oh yeah, no.
Like,
The-
what are you doing?
and what exactly?
There was the email that was like, see what a real government shutdown looks like, and it's like, whoa, Ubisoft.
And then there was THQ Nordic.
Oh, yep, we've already discussed that. Quite. Just let's just cut this one off right now.
Just tell me what to do.
That's gonna be on the.
That's gonna be the hottest mess, along with Randy Pitchford and the magic.
Him to miss an appointment.
Done.
My friend,
Do you
Strong
think?
contender for the Y Award.
Do you think Randy Pitchford, when he saw the news about that, was just like, "Oh my God, I'm glad they've finally taken attention away from me"?
I'll do it.
Probably.
I'll expect you to use discretion.
Or who knows? Maybe he liked the attention.
That went well.
I'm
It isn't exactly an invitation, but the promise of
Yeah.
one is just as cool. Although I'm sure he'll still ask Aspasia if it's okay.
So long as it comes.
I was doing some reading. I did not realize that Aspasia is actually a lady. Like, actually a historical
Not a
character.
made-up
Yeah, I thought she was a made-up lady, but she is not.
Tiffy. Why are you so good at interacting with tweets? your Naruto unimpressed
I
has
don't
21 likes on it, and you're really good at interacting with brands.
I don't know why I'm really good at interacting with the brands, because it kind of is weird to me.
The only popular tweets I get is whenever I shit on Sword Art Online to Crunchyroll. Surprised they haven't blocked me yet. I've done it like 7 times.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I had to do a big sneeze.
The biggest sneeze.
Yep.
Biggest, hardest sneeze.
I'm allergic to bad anime.
Fair enough. Though you weren't sneezing at the Broly movie, so I guess you liked it.
I can accept that that was fine, just not for me.
It wasn't offensive to you.
No.
It was just the big loud.
It was, I liked, apparently it's weird, because I liked the exposition, and then once the fight stuff started happening, I was just like, okay, this is still going. This is still going.
Yeah, that movie was like 2 hours, but like the first 45 minutes is just like lead up to it that I did not expect, because that's not how the first two were. The first two were like, here's the bad guy, they're gonna go to the good guys, little talking in the middle, fight for the rest of the movie. This one was like,
How do I get into this building?
the front door?
Aha! Front door.
Was that right?
Yes.
Some thief you are. There was also a big open window.
The window wouldn't take me to this guy who I need to talk to.
Sorry about that.
How did you get
Hello.
No one gets past the guard.
What?
Relax.
How's
Okay, son.
the Assassin's Creed going?
Pretty good.
We're in Athens. This place sucks.
I was worried they
What?
said
Athens is great.
It's full of terrible people.
He said
Except for that
he'll
Cleon
take you
guy.
out of
He seems
Athens.
upright.
I don't know about that.
Like a leader we can all get behind.
Oh yeah, that's what I was
What
gonna
I've
say
seen,
was
you don't
what's
stand a
with
chance.
I was gonna say like what's with games'
The
recent
people love me.
obsession with
I
putting
am
like
the Fideas.
Been-
Republican characters in their video games, but I remember that since DMC5 is gonna come out, they put
Oh.
God, what's his name?
First Malaka of the stream. They put Bill O'Reilly in DMC. DMC.
Yeah,
Who wrote this?
I don't know who to trust.
for Raptor News.
Yep.
I wanted to
DMC, known subtle.
Bob Barker, that was his name.
No, Bob
Barker.
Barbas. Bob Barker is the guy what hosted The Price is Right.
Now I find
Oh yeah,
the cult
Bob.
want to kill you.
Barbas.
You're right. Barb.
Pull yourself together.
Yes, of course.
All right, we need to go.
One boss in
Any idea
DMC
where I
DMC
can
that people say, yeah, that boss was alright.
Yeah,
It looked
Of
cool.
Athens,
It
there's an
played like
island
shit.
very
but it
far.
looks
But it
cool.
looked cool.
My friend Theras lives there. When I discovered the plot against me,
But you
I
know,
said, "Where
if you can't make a fun boss,
anyone
at
can
least
help
make it
us,
look cool.
he can."
Any clues he has of the cultist's identity?
I agree
Looking
with
cool
this.
does go a long way.
Yes, yes.
So make me mad. How you handling the plague?
I'll distract them while
I'm
you
recovering.
Meet me tonight
You went to the
set
hospital?
sail.
How'd that go?
Don't
They gave me a bunch of shots in the horrible infected leg, and then they cut it open, and then they just like mashed it for a while.
I can't tell if you're being serious.
No, that's what happened.
Yeah, no, that's.
That's how they handle that. It's an infection. They cut it open and they squeeze all the shit out of it.
Oh, did you get like bit by a rattlesnake or something?
No, it was just so remember that last thing I had on my leg from the spider bite where it got infected? Apparently, if you get infected by that once, it just hangs out in your skin, waiting for the next open wound to reinfect you.
Oh,
The last doctor should have set me up with like some antibiotic, like antibacterial soap and whatnot, to prevent a future infection, but instead neglected to just not say anything about it. And this doctor was like, "Oh, that's messed up. Here's all the stuff you need." I was like, "Oh, thanks."
wow. You're just allowed to just auto kill that guy like that?
I mean, that guy was a bitch.
He looked
Yeah.
like Conan.
And
He was just a dude. He was like,
Like a
a slightly
Hercules.
stronger than normal grunt, but he was still a normal grunt.
I used my sick stealth dagger throw.
Is this a New Game Plus?
This is a
Yeah.
New Game Plus.
Is that what that 51 is at the top?
Yes.
Yeah, that's his level.
The
50 was the old level cap, so he's one level above the old level cap.
And I assume they don't scale.
They
they
do.
But he has
But
the scaling
I
turned
have
down
the
to, like,
scaling
the
turned
lowest
down as low as it will go, so we can just kind of,
So it will still be crazy easy.
yeah.
Let's hope no one notices me here.
Unfortunately, unlike Origins, there is no way to turn off level scaling in this game. Whoops.
Side note, since I came in on a Republican discussion,
Oh boy.
apparently, what's his face? Manafort got a total of 47 months in prison.
What?
Yeah.
If I meditate, maybe if you
Manafort, dude, what was involved with all the election nonsense and such, I think. He was involved in a lot of stuff. It's a long list. Name it and he was probably in trouble for it.
I don't know.
He loves doing crimes.
He's got a
But
generic-
TFP, the judge's explanation for the low sentence was that aside from the charges brought against him, he lived an otherwise blameless life.
Good. You made it. I was beginning to worry.
I told you I'd get you out of Athens.
So you
Are you just being silent out of anger?
A little bit.
Wasting time will only get us into trouble.
Hey, did you guys hear about the
Let's
THQ
head
Nordic?
to Serifos while we
I
still
didn't.
can.
Oh wait, no.
No,
They-
yeah,
they-
no,
they-
yep.
They did
What's?
the Ask Me Anything thing.
Yep. We've already
They
discussed
made
this.
the bad choice. Okay, I forgot who they were for a minute. Valve has fired half of their virtual reality hardware team.
Why?
Fuck virtual reality.
What did they do?
I don't know. Maybe it's just not the future anymore. Maybe it's time to give up on virtual reality.
No, keep the
Let's
give
keep
up.
going until we can.
Well, of course you want them to keep going, TFP. You already put a bunch of money into virtual reality.
What? No.
You gave Palmer Lucky all your money.
I did absolutely no such thing.
Let's play the Sword Art Online. In virtual
No.
reality.
Keep the give up machine dream alive.
Guys, we're already in virtual reality.
I mean, yeah, the world is a simulation.
Ran by the wizard. Alex Jones is our Morpheus.
Oh boy.
God. I want to see that Matrix remake. Tell me you wouldn't watch that movie.
I wouldn't watch that movie.
But it'd be hilarious.
Make the freaking frogs gay.
It's just fucking God. Alex Jones and Joe Rogan hanging out in Zion, playing to break humanity free.
You imagine Alex Jones and Joe Rogan doing like the topless dancing in the fucking rave cave in their movie.
I can't abide this path of the conversation.
Well, then you better come up with a new path.
I'm on a
Only
boat.
walk on the road in front of us, TFP.
I got Evie and Bayek and Aya over here. They're hanging out.
Great.
I thought Bayek was the Egyptian guy.
Yeah.
He is.
And Evie is from Victorian London, but she's here.
Oh, are they like a super characters?
Yeah.
No, he got them from the Ubisoft Club thing.
Oh.
They just hang out on your boat and make your boat slightly better. Serve, you excited for the Devil May Cry?
4 hours left?
Yeah. I already went ahead and just watched the whole story.
Oh, okay. How'd you like it?
It's alright. It's dumb, but it's dumb in a Devil May Cry way. So
I
I'm
mean,
okay with it.
I wasn't expecting, like...
Yeah, you're not
I just
expecting
expect-
fucking
yeah.
Shakespeare over here.
You're not expecting Assassin's Creed over here.
Jesus.
I
No,
wasn't
if it
expecting
had
anything
an
that
Assassin's Creed level story, I'd be shitting all over it.
What? No, if it had an Assassin's Creed story, I'd be like, yeah, now we're talking.
bad. I'd be like, wow, this series really went downhill.
Yeah.
But, no,
I prefer to
I-
DMC.
I I was just expecting like a dumb fun. I was expecting a reason just to go to level to level. And that's
Yeah,
what-
there it is. Hey, here's a villain. Go beat up the villain.
Yeah. And then Dante says some cool, funny stuff. And then,
And
And
Dante
dances.
will make jokes, and
And dance with
Nero
a cowboy hat.
will be exasperated as Nico makes jokes at his expense.
and then I don't know anything about the except for what's in the game.
He will quote poetry.
Sure. And he will summon the previous bosses from the first game.
Yep.
That's all I know.
He's got a bird. He's got a panther. He's got a nightmare.
So I'm either gonna be really disappointed, be really surprised of how much I like him, or be completely neutral and have no real feelings to get whatsoever.
I will continue to like stare at that game and like I'm thinking about getting it, but on the other hand, part of me says like just wait until they put in a like Lady and Trish playable or something.
I think I heard something about that, like they might be adding them, but I don't know if that was like a rumor or somebody just saying.
I'm assuming it's a rumor because I haven't heard that anywhere, and I feel like that would be reported more widely. Like if they do that, I'll totally be way into it. But as of right now, it's like Nero seems fun to play as. Dante seems like he's probably okay to play as, but like,
Dante's
it's another Devil May Cry. Huh?
Dante's got a punch weapon that looks really cool, so I'm
Yeah,
He's also got a cowboy hat.
he does have the hat.
So apparently that hat is not like a weapon; it's a ray. It's like one of his guns,
Oh, that makes sense.
and it uses
It
red.
uses red orbs as ammo. I know that.
And
That's
you
weird.
get more red orbs.
With real money. It's got a really powerful attack that uses up a ton of red orbs.
It's linked right to your bank account, so
Yes.
you can just keep.
You could
keep
just put your
red orb.
credit card in the hat band.
Yeah. And like as soon as you run out, it'll just
It's
charge a new one.
Yeah, no, just
Just
like when
making
you're-
withdrawals directly from your bank account to hit
Yeah.
enemies.
It's like when you're pouring gas into the
You
your
know,
gas tank and you see like the numbers going up. It's just like that.
special secret technique, it does more damage when you're overdrafting.
If you take out a loan from Capcom, and you enter a super mode.
oh boy, this is gone.
We should design video games, guys.
Oh
We should.
boy,
Really.
Activision would love us.
I
Activision or
I feel like it's just like at some point these are just turning into like those fake Peter Molyneux Twitter account game ideas. Imagine a game if you took out a loan from the developers, they gave you a super mode, but the loan has 90% interest. How you deal with the game will
Wait,
impact your financial stability intrinsically.
no, it has variable interest. You pick the interest rate, but the interest rate is also the power boost you get. So you can have a 90% power boost. You can be crazy powerful, but
But you could also have a 100% power boost and double
Exactly.
your power.
sounds like a
you
free to
need
play
more
game.
power.
This sounds like a free to play game in the making. Has every Peter Molyneux game always been like, we're gonna have all of this stuff, and then like 90% of the stuff he says is never in it? I feel like that's like every announcement.
I feel like not all of his games, because there was a point where he wasn't well known enough to get away with that.
Yeah, like people like Populous and Black and White. I
What was that?
think.
Didn't he have like some like god game, goddess or something?
Yeah, Goddess,
Yeah.
Godus, which was the thing that he announced when you got into the middle of the cube.
Oh, Peter Molyneux.
And then the guy
He
who,
was like, yeah, the guy who got to the middle of the cube is going to get a cut of the profits from the Goddess game.
and that never happened.
Because that game looked like garbage. So getting to the center of the cube was worthless, as everyone expected.
That's a cool idea, though. I want more people to do that. Like, hey, go to this website. Like, they're not planning on announcing the game like a year till now, but if you get to the center of this thing, you get like an early teaser, and like make it a game in and of itself, like an ARG.
You like PT is what I'm hearing.
You like playable teasers.
PT put something like, not like on a console, but like you go to this website and like you gotta decipher all this code. And
You want an
stuff.
augmented reality game.
Yeah, an ARG.
Okay.
Alternate reality
like-
game.
Yeah, I participated in a few of those. There was a Slender Man one I was a part of called Everyman Hybrid or some shit like that. That was kind of fun.
Anyway, time to go hang out with Mattiacus.
Ooh.
I don't know, Mattiacus.
Metallica.
Yes, Metallica.
Special guest stars, Metallica.
They should make another brutal.
Darkness imprisoning me. All that I see.
That's not even...
It is a totally Metallica. Remember when they used it for that trailer for The Punisher?
Yeah, and it was so absurd that no one believed it was actually real.
Yep. Well, no, because I saw it before I saw anyone say it used it, and then I told you, and you went, "Oh, I thought that was a joke."
Were you always able to survive falls from that high?
Nope.
In the previous games, you could totally die from falling. But in this one, even at level 1, they're like, hey, you can just not die from falls. It'll just take you to 1 HP. And then later you get the ability to just not take damage at all.
Oh wow, that's exciting.
Yeah.
It's like Borderlands.
Yeah, no fall damage. Who gives a shit about fall damage?
To be fair,
Geralt,
fall.
that too.
Yeah. To be fair, fall damage sucks, but
It does. Have
Yeah,
you ever
but that's
fallen
what
in real life?
That's what makes like jumping from like roof to roof in these types of games like exhilarating. 'Cause you can die. If you die in the game, you die in real life.
Spider-Man doesn't have fall damage.
Well, he's
Yeah.
a Spider-Man.
Yeah. And it's still exhilarating to jump around on the rooftops there.
Yeah, but is she a Spider-Man? No.
No, but she's a demigod.
it's true.
Since when?
Since the beginning, her birth?
Yeah.
What? I thought she was just human lady.
No, she's a demigod.
Does she have like apple genes in her?
Yes.
Yeah, all the Assassin's Creed protagonists have the triple access DNA or triple helix rather.
That's why they've got the sick eagle vision powers.
Yeah.
Is
Except in her case, her eagle vision is an actual eagle.
I thought the Eagle Vision stuff was just like, oh, I'm looking around.
No,
No.
it's magic.
It's magic.
Always happy.
All of the Assassin's Creed protagonists have magic eye vision.
And then
so
sometimes
it's
they
Naruto.
no, because it's not eye magic. It's just magic vision.
Tied up and surrounded by
It's eye magic.
It's
From your
not.
eyes.
Well,
Are you saying it's not eye magic, it's magic eyes?
yes.
That sounds like eye magic to me,
the snakes.
but whatever. So basically, Assassin's Creed became like, we gotta explain why the Eagle Vision is a thing.
No, because it was always like
They always said it was the triple helix.
yeah, I think. Well, the thing that did change was like the death whatever. Because originally it was just like we know this conversation happened, but we don't know where, so we're just gonna put it here when they died, so that you have this information. And then it turned into weird alien magic, and then like the dude from Unity gets psychic visions of the past for some reason that no one else gets, because that's really stupid.
What?
Turns out you only get psychic visions if you're a fucking incurable alcoholic along with your alien DNA.
What?
You heard
The
me.
dude from Unity spent like 90% of that game drunk.
Yeah.
He was a terrible main character.
These, yeah.
So you're not the dude from the first 3 games?
In Unity?
You're not... The dude from the first 3 games isn't even the same dude.
Desmond? You're not him anymore?
Oh,
no,
yeah,
Desmond's been
Desmond's
dead
dead
since the third
since the, yeah.
Why are you fighting snakes?
Because the snakes are
Because
bad.
snakes are bad.
Somebody filled that guy's house with snakes.
Do you want your house filled with snakes, Serve?
Looks like the thugs
I
were
live
back
in North
field.
Carolina, they're
One
all over the
masterminds
place.
ran this place.
Yeah, he is actually neck deep in Snake right now.
There's fucking copperheads all over the fuck.
Were you the one who said that you murdered a snake with your bare hands at some point?
I don't know if I said with my bare hands, but I have killed snakes in my house, yes.
I found the snakes, the letter from
I know I beat one with a stick once.
That might have been what I'm remembering.
What
So
would you do, TFP, if you just turned and there was a snake in the room with you?
I would run away.
I would beat it with a stick and then throw it away in the trash.
I know someone gave you those.
What would you do if you were on the toilet, pants around your ankles, and you looked over and there was a snake?
I would
would shit on the snake.
very quickly pull my pants up, with shit and all, and then run away.
Tell me what I want to know, or
What
I'll
if the snake
put
is
you
between
down
you and the
right
door?
now. Your cause will
Then I
be
will
reported
run
somewhere.
through the wall.
How?
I will jump over the snake.
But the snake can't
But
strike.
what if the door is closed?
It's not too late to make it.
I will.
I'm assuming the door is closed because you're using the bathroom.
I will jump over the snake and open the door, because the door.
Does the door open into or out of the bathroom?
Ignore the
Oh, it
politicians.
opens into. So I'd hit the snake with the door.
Change.
But then you're between the door and the snake, and you've got to open it, which backs you up into the snake.
Why not just take the shower pole, TFP, and then just beat the snake with the shower pole?
Because I'm not strong enough to remove the shower pole. It's like
What if you pull down the
built
shower
into the
curtain?
fucking wall.
What if you pull down the shower curtain, throw it over the snake, and then just start elbow dropping the curtain?
Well, then it'll bite my elbow. I don't want that.
You can't bite
Well,
through
if
a
you
shower
jump
curtain.
over it, it's gonna bite your dick off.
That is a very tall snake. If it can bite,
Snakes
They
can be
lunge,
pretty
they're
big.
long. Your average snake is probably as long as you.
yeah, but it doesn't like
underestimate-
stand up.
But they lunge, they straighten out
Yeah.
when they lunge.
They curl up and then they lunge.
That's how they work.
That's how they do. That's how they be. Anyway, copperheads are very scary. They're highly poisonous and they can get fuck off long. Like, especially in they get those, birth giving hips, and that's scary. Childbearing hips, there we go, not birth. Man, can we talk about how weird babies are?
They're disgusting.
They're filthy creatures. We should just get rid of them.
They're horrible.
Yeah. See, I said that last stream and Make Me Mad yelled at me.
Someone described it like a baby once as a meatloaf with eyes, and that's still incredibly accurate.
Again, I just want to point out, go back to the last stream. I made a joke about getting rid of babies, and Make Me Mad was like, "No, don't get rid of the babies."
I'm
I
sure
don't
there
think that
was
was the last stream.
It was 100% the last stream.
Was it the part where you were talking about the difference between babies and kids?
Yes.
Because I didn't say that you can't get rid of babies. I was explaining that you are the one who put the arbitrary divide between baby and child in the first place, and then you were trying to remove it later to support your own terrible arguments. I was just reinforcing the rules you set forth.
What's the difference between babies and children?
An age difference.
Yeah.
They would be
Can we get
At
rid
work,
of
I will tell you that the official designation is 24 months. 24 months before it turns into a toddler.
Why does thrift store have to do with? Oh, I guess
Because
clothes.
you're pricing clothes for children, and some of them are baby clothes. So you have to set a cutoff point for when it is a baby and when it is a child.
See, the secret is around here. Like, you need a special tax thing to resell clothes, and most thrift stores around here don't bother. So there aren't really thrift stores that sell clothes in my hometown.
So you're saying I need to tell Goodwill that they need to corner the Tennessee market?
Yeah.
Move our terrible business into your town?
Yep.
I heard
You're
there are a
gonna
lot
gouge
of
prices and exploit your workers. Get ready.
I heard there are a lot
They already do that.
We'll fit right in then.
Yeah.
Welcome to Crooksville.
Boom, got him.
Barnes & Noble keeps sending me updates for events at their Mall of America store, assuming that it is just a place I can go back to regularly.
Yeah,
They don't
no.
Like, motherfuckers, I don't care.
They don't know that. They don't know who you are.
This is why you don't sign up for, you know...
I didn't sign up.
Well, you did when you went there.
Clearly.
Yeah. Hey, you bought something at our store. Clearly, you want to sign up, right?
Like, I don't even remember giving them my name, so I don't even know how I got on their mailing list.
It was actually me. I gave them
Damn it.
your name and your email address.
That's probably how I ended up on the fucking anime mailing list that I'm on somehow.
Yeah, that was me too.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Anyway, time to rig a vote.
Yeah, like a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. Voter fraud. You know.
You've just got to make sure that the right person wins.
Yeah. Fuck what the people think. That's what I would. Hey, look at that small pepper.
They were in fashion back then.
Whoa! What the fuck was that?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
It was a failure to climb.
Have they released that Cuphead DLC yet?
No.
No.
When is that gonna come?
When it's ready.
Eventually.
It's going to be built into that Switch version that's coming out.
It's not impossible.
Cuphead's not on the Switch yet?
No, because it's a Microsoft game, but the rumor is Ori and Cuphead are coming to Switch.
Well, yeah, Microsoft and Nintendo are.
It's
in
Switch
bed right
anyways,
now.
right?
Or being buddies.
And Sony's over here like,
Yeah.
fuck you guys.
Everybody's got to team up to fuck up Sony.
We don't want our players to play with anybody else. That's what the people want.
Sony wants to segregate the player base.
They'll be on high alert here.
Who would have thought we'd enter this dark future where Sony is segregating players and taking away anime titties?
The worst timeline.
They got a little bit of power and now they've gone mad.
It's okay.
Somebody's got to cut them down.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens every time.
Yeah, Sony gets too big for the britches.
Just look at TFE.
Man, remember that time they were like, we want people to work second and third jobs to buy a PS3. It's like, what?
Did they say that?
Yes.
Wow, that sounds like a bad PR move.
It does.
Turns out it was. Cause fucking what? Why would you say that, first of all?
Why would you say that, Adam Boys?
He's not.
I don't think he even worked at PlayStation.
Yeah, no, that was Kaz Hirai, I believe.
What? The myth, the legend himself?
Yep.
I can't believe it. Hey, you're stealing's bad, TFE.
Yeah, you know, it's fine.
Getting caught is bad.
Yeah, no.
Why did he have shark teeth?
Yeah, don't worry about it. Shark teeth are cool.
There's
Who's
a
around?
There's a Polynesian island that made swords out of shark teeth.
Yeah, they're rad
By,
looking.
and by made out of, I mean they just glue them to the side of like chunks of plywood.
It's basically just a club with shark teeth put on it.
You got a board with some shark teeth sticking out the side?
Yes.
That's literally all it is. And turns out it was pretty good. You know, because shark teeth are fucking
Sharp. It turns out you don't want to get hit by one of them. Swung at you.
And after getting cut up by the shark teeth, you're also getting hit by a chunk of plywood.
Yeah.
And that also sucks.
We're gonna just swing it at you and see the stuff, what's inside. That's not the lyrics. I give up.
Rip and tear.
Yep. Anyway, we rigged a vote.
What was you?
I was doing some reading, and apparently this is like hilariously not how this vote stuff worked in ancient Greece.
That's fine. You gotta push your Donald Trump propaganda.
But it's funny because this time the good guys are the ones rigging the vote.
Yeah.
It's done.
Oh wait.
What if it was already rigged and then we had to unrig it?
Dump them in a well.
Why did they just build two statues of two guys talking to each other?
Because Athens is all about logical debate.
But they're not even like lounging, like, yo, what's up, like, talk about stuff. They're just like standing there, like, talking, like, hey, Frank, how you doing?
The Ostraka are all accounted for. The votes were counted, and Anaxagoras is to be ostracized.
So who wants to play Anthem on PS4?
Ah,
I feel like we have made enough jokes about Anthem.
I mean, it's nice that they just give you the best loadout in the game immediately.
Slow to fall into flesh, but once you do,
Oh yeah, now it's
game gear off the bat.
this asshole.
it'll be more difficult for me now that Anaxagoras must leave Athens. We were quite close, although he and Pericles were much closer. It's strange, Pericles wasn't here today to defend him.
Who are you?
Ask anyone.
Side note, did I ever mention that really terrible thing the Romans had in place where whenever they sent out an army, they put like 2 different commanders in charge of the army and they had to trade off on alternating days?
That sounds terrible.
Oh, it was a terrible idea. It cost them a lot of
My
battles.
name is Cassandra.
Because it was like you'd have one guy being like, okay, this is clearly a trap, so I'm not going to fall for it. And then
The next day, the guy's
he
like-
comes by and the other guy's like, man, you're a pussy, we can take him. And he's like, but no, it was a trap. And he's like, yeah, but we're good. Let's just go for it. It's like, God
Don't
damn
do
it.
it, it's a trap. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, it's Tuesday. Who's in charge?
When to attack,
Pretty much.
weapon to use,
Go.
or when to use reason instead of violence.
Oh man, it was a trap. Who would have thought?
Knowledge in the practice. Quite
I use it how I
And it was a lot of people going like, well, like, it's probably not smart to push the attack now. But if I wait, then tomorrow he's gonna push the attack and then he's the one who won the battle.
suppose I'm curious.
Can't have that.
I thought the Romans were supposed to be smart.
When you're the reason
You'd
why
think that.
being forced to leave
But
the
the astounding amount of their history is them doing stupid shit leading up to the collapse of Rome.
And then being like, oh man.
life's one too
Fucking Socrates over here.
Oh man, I would love that to be like a fucking a strategy game you can play where you make all these decisions based on a battle, and then like the next turn you have zero control over what you can do because somebody else is in control.
I wish to see
It's like a first-person shooter that's co-op, but every time you reload your gun, control switches to the other player.
That's how they did co-op in the fucking Dragon Ball. You remember the Dragon Ball beat 'em up game on the GameCube? I think.
Not really, no.
Fuck, what was it called?
That's everything Pericles wanted. Time to return to him to find out what his opinions
Hold on, I will
about
find
my
out.
mother.
Dragon. Dragon Ball Z Sagas.
Oh, that was that game that
Oh.
I posted the back of. Because on the back, like, different characters were registered trademarks and trademarks. And then Rob
Anyway.
knew what it was from the back, and I went, what?
Yeah, I got that game. I rented it from the GameFly. Back when GameFly was.
Gamefly is still a thing.
How do they even work?
They mail you a disc, and then you mail it back when you're done.
Still?
Yes.
I figured that would have died off. Like.
No.
Anyway, in Dragon Ball Z Sagas, when you're playing the regular stages, it's fine if 2 people are playing. But when you get to the bosses, there's like a little timer that comes down, and then people have to switch off every time. Control. Apparently, people on Steam cannot play the DMC5.
Did you get it on the PS5?
4.
PS5, yes.
Whatever, on the whatever.
Yes, I got it on my PS4. Because,
Did you get the deluxe edition?
I mean, you gotta get everything.
Oh,
Do
TFP.
you have the
Did see
Trembler?
It's called the Sweet Surrender.
I'm sorry, the Trembler?
Have you seen what that looks like when you activate it? By the
No,
way?
but hey, here's the tiny child.
Because it's a piston. The hand just starts pistoning. The controller vibrate. And the fingers like open and close as it's pistoning.
Is it a grapple move?
No, it heals you while it's activated.
Does he
And
use
then if
that
an enemy
as
hits you
a
while it's healing you, then it breaks, because that's how they work.
But what are you doing here? I'm here to get you ready. I have to make sure
Who's that boy?
all your weapons
That's a tiny
Small
girl.
child.
these clothes.
That looks
Wow. Way to make terrible assumptions, TFP.
For Pericles.
She's a girl.
Wow.
She has said
even asked
multiple.
her?
Yes.
Not like that anyway.
Well, alright then.
Athenians like it best when
As long as you're being fair about it.
But don't worry, I have just the
Yeah,
outfit for
TFP,
you.
you fucking prick.
I'll get changed. Promise you'll take
Yeah, with
care
the
of my
time.
things. Yep. Leave your weapons in the corner, and I'll come back when you're done.
Are you ready to go in?
Uncomfortable in this. Now you look like everyone else. You say that like it's a good thing. It is. If you want them to take you seriously, this is the easiest way. Trust me. Is that everything? You're all ready to go in.
All right, I'm ready to go in.
You've done scarier things than this.
I've done scarier things than this.
Now,
How does that little girl have
sure
such
I can't
straight
keep
teeth?
just one weapon with me? No weapons.
Magic. She's got triple helix DNA, but only in her teeth.
She goes shark teeth.
Yep.
She say shark boy. Remember Shark with a Lava Girl?
I do. I saw that movie in theaters.
I'm
The
so
mighty
sorry.
mercenary and traveler has finally
Even as a kid, I thought that movie was a piece of shit.
only slightly.
That movie was weird because, like,
Athenians have no
Had
problem
George
letting me know
well,
when
that,
one comes.
but it was like
See your friendly face.
before the days of like polarized 3D, like the modern 3D glasses stuff. So it was red blue 3D. And the thing is that it turns out it's really uncomfortable to watch red blue 3D for like 2 hours. So there are parts where there are just messages on the screen that are just like, "Hey, take your 3D glasses off now." Okay, put them back on. Okay, take them off.
Yo, that first Spy Kid movie is still lit.
This is true. I mean, the second one has Steve Buscemi in it.
It did?
Yes!
He's a mad scientist.
The third one has George Clooney and Sylvester Stallone. And George Clooney doing a hilarious Sylvester Stallone impersonation. And then the fourth one had Joel McHale.
They made a fourth one?
They made like 5. Potentially 6.
Where does Robert Rodriguez get all this money?
I don't think...
It looks more
I
like
think
another
only the
floor.
first 3 were Robert Rodriguez joints.
Has also written his
The
fair
fourth
share
one,
of-
he is credited as the director.
You should.
Oh, I stand corrected.
Lately, his attitudes have garnered him more
4D in aroma scope?
However, the fellow beside him, Protagoras,
Wow,
is
I
a
bet that's fun.
sophist
I bet they pick
worthy
some
of as much
nice
praise as
sets
the
for
great
you.
Socrates himself.
The smell of Joel McHale.
Inviting Socrates seems like a good way to ruin everyone's
Hot burns on Socrates over here.
Oh, don't let Socrates get up to him. At least he wore shoes for the occasion. And the poor thing gesticulating like an
Apparently he
ape
makes
is
Shark Boy and
Thrasymachos.
Lava Girl for his kid.
If you
Yeah.
listen closely, you'll notice he's
Mr. Electricidad.
arguing the same point.
Fucking weird.
But the wind from his wild gestures deafens him to continue. That isn't at all what I mean.
What did he
Where is
do
Bentley's?
for
Oh,
Battle
he
Angel?
never
You know?
attends
Was he
his
like a
own
producer or something?
Which
Robert Rodriguez?
there's something I need
No, he was the director.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Someone has made his first appearance.
Oh, right.
Hello. Please stop touching me.
Not a time for jealousy, but for love.
Don't drink too much. So, tell me, what does a Mystios like you think of a party like this?
Is that Griffith?
Yes.
This is going to be
Why is he wearing a
long
diaper?
night. Party should be about
Oh,
loincloth.
don't worry about it.
poetry. These people are so clean.
If these guests aren't to your own,
Why are they calling Griffith Alcibiades?
then just
Alcibiades.
why you came here in the first place.
Ew, why is she drinking out of that bowl? Somebody else's mouth is probably on that shit.
Somebody's probably teabagged that bowl.
I need to prepare him.
Well, it's probably Griffith.
If he's alone, I'll tell him what
He
your
put his
plan is.
ballots in there.
God.
Pericles needs to know. I'll stay here and look
I can just imagine him in his Fento floor. He has
God.
2 ballots.
Serving you.
The funny thing is, it's not even that funny.
It's hilarious.
I suppose you've come in here to mock me for my fight with every piece.
Got his eggs of the king
Spare me.
hanging
I'm only
low.
looking for clues to help me find the Spartan movie.
You accepted multiple quests yet?
Though, if you expect
I'm aware of this fact.
Why do you have 2 red helmets?
Because I murdered a bunch of people and now I have a bounty on my head.
Oh, and people are just okay with that part?
Yeah.
Who's
Bounty,
Shuffle?
bounty hunters don't go to parties.
I have
No, they never
no
do.
idea
Yeah,
what
no.
that meant.
No, you don't.
So we get him drunk and he talks. He sounds more Argive than a
Time to get a man drunk.
Euripides is from Argos.
All right. If nothing else, this party could use the
Let's
help.
get this party started.
The kitchen's
Ugh.
ready. Let me know whenever
Never
you
say
need
that again.
money. And
Started.
God. No, that's explicitly the part I wanted you to never
I'll
say
get the
again.
wine.
wonderful
What's the?
Would you rather I say it like started?
and sweet wine.
That is better.
I've seen what it can do.
It was the weird voice crack in the middle of started that made it sound so terrible.
Say it again, TFP. So I
It
can
wouldn't be a party.
Started.
Stomach. I'll let you know if you're
Well, that time you
ready.
didn't do the voice crack.
Started.
Now, see, the other times it was at the end, your voice went weirdly high pitched right at the finish.
This is a reference.
No.
No, I'm just making fun of TFP's voice.
Yeah, no.
Playwright.
Hey, have you ever heard TFP how he sounds in your video?
What if we don't do that?
I'm here for your
I don't know, is that video of him singing still up?
But get out of my kitchen very
Yes.
Okay.
There was a thing I was supposed to do about like which specific one. I don't remember what it was, but
Who's the fake sake? How old were you when you recorded your first one?
12.
that is probably not that far off, actually.
It was
I am
what?
called many things. It
10 years ago?
What do you call yourself?
You posted your first YouTube video?
Cassandra.
I'm looking this up right now.
I wouldn't pay
It
you
was.
as a
It says 10 years ago
Cassandra,
right here.
but never mind.
I would have been 12, in fact.
There we go.
Everybody's.
Good job.
Yeah.
Oh, go on. Introduce yourself.
I'm Euripides.
For a playwright, you're not much.
Potentially
of a voice.
13.
Good men lead quiet lives, as old Euripides likes to
You're a
say.
little baby.
I was.
Euripides.
When I need to relax,
Mother
I
3
start to
bonus
fight.
chick mom captain.
You though.
Quickly, bring him some wine so that he
Don't worry
might
about
say something clever.
After my argument with Sophocles, I think I'd rather keep my head clear.
You and Aristophanes could both use a drink. Let's play a game.
A competition?
Ah,
With that,
wonderful
with that
idea.
hot meme he chose
Euripides
for his
seems
background
fine,
picture.
But he never
Yeah.
took a challenge.
Well, if you brought us some wine, I wouldn't be opposed to showing this young
That was
one
fun
how
because the video I was trying to convert so I could upload it to
Let's conjure Dionysus.
YouTube, but the audio got sped up, but the video stayed the same, and so I had to figure out why that was happening.
Did you figure it out?
I did. And that's why there you can see the Mother 3 stream.
Another round.
Ready for more?
I can hardly stomach this pig's piss. I could outdrink both of you with one hand.
Getting
Let's
drunk.
have some more.
You ready for another?
Are you giving them poison?
No, I'm just giving them regular wine.
Why?
So I can get that guy drunk, so he'll cause a scene.
I brought myself. I'm on the trail of
I mean, if you
the
wanted to cause a scene, you
Let's
could just
start
throw a
long
chair.
time ago.
Fled? Why?
She lost 2 children. She had no choice.
But if I threw the chair, then I would get kicked out of the party. We want to get someone else kicked out of the party.
Yeah, but you throw the chair and then just say they did it. And everyone's too drunk to notice because it's Rome.
That guy
It's
doesn't work
Athens.
I should know. It's my home.
It's not Rome at all.
She went
Same thing.
No.
It's the same thing.
No, Rome didn't have 2 commanders for the battles.
No, Athens. Oh no.
It's the same thing.
They're so not.
They have the same gods.
No, they have different names though.
It's still.
They're the same.
I was watching.
You're saying it doesn't count anymore once you change your name.
Yeah.
That's like saying that we're different people because we use different names online and
Yeah. No. We're totally different people.
Is that why all your online crimes don't count?
Exactly.
even in the real world, the 9/11 still is.
Oh boy.
I hope.
You can stop hiding in
It will
here.
never
The babies won't
not.
notice you coming out. He won't notice anything.
Sir, did you watch the most recent Wheel of the Worst
Come to Athens. First they take our
Yes.
hands, then they take our heads.
With
with Rem Lazar?
Yeah, he was talking about Rimlazar with us.
They have to find
The tallest point.
at the tallest point, and there's 2 of them in New York. You have to be there on September 11th. I kind of want to watch it.
It's on YouTube. The whole thing is just on YouTube. Also, here we go. Here's a cutscene.
I want Ren Lazar to be in
That's the guest character.
yeah.
I mean, if they had a create a character function again, you could just make him.
Someone's being hurt. Open this door or I'll kick it in.
Their Ren Lazar has everything.
Don't mind her. She likes to watch.
It's in a movie called Jersey Devil. Wait,
Look at you. Such
Yeah, this guy. Alcibiades.
why Pericles has taken such an interest in you.
Being creepy.
Did you come to join us?
It sounded like someone was in pain.
Well, it can sometimes be hard to distinguish between sounds of pleasure and pain. Had I known you were going to knock, I would have left my door. Why?
Please shut your door, sir.
I only came to this symposium to find someone.
Sounds like we can help each other then, doesn't it? You fetch us a bit of oil, I help you find who you're looking for. Maybe they're in...
I highly doubt that.
She's not in there.
Boom.
I
Got
think
him.
I'll check all the same.
After your display earlier, it's probably safer I get the oil.
Obedient, too. I knew it.
Oh, jeez.
Don't
This
take too
guy.
long. If you don't get the oil,
Get the oil.
That's literally the objective marker here.
I know. Objective, get lube.
All right. Oil acquired.
You're getting lube from Griffith.
He's getting lube for Griffith.
Yeah.
Someone's got to get this orgy started.
Gotta get Casca.
Oh boy.
Just can't stay away, can you? Did you bring the oil?
I come, babe.
Gotta get this eclipse going.
Seriously, it's a terribly planned orgy if you didn't have lube in the first place. Who forgets the olive oil? Come on.
Grieved for their sons. And these men worked
I carry olive oil with me all the time.
we forget.
Never know when you're gonna need it.
Let's have some fun!
Right,
I guess,
TFE?
I guess you could say it's not extra virgin olive oil, though.
Care to join us?
What does extra virgin mean? Goes to?
Now, it's time for you to help me.
What makes it
I'm
extra?
looking for someone.
It's part of, like, the process of making it.
So,
Yeah,
I'm
but why
looking for
virgin?
a woman who fled Sparta
Eh,
a long, long
I
time
don't know.
ago.
What makes it virgin enough?
Please,
And not a prostitute?
but let's pretend
Yeah.
she did. If she were stupid, she'd be dead. If she were smart, she'd do what Aspasia did. She'd earn her independence. The
This is dick
smartest
just out of
and
frame of
most
this joke.
resourceful.
Well, no, because he's got his weird diaper thing.
In Corinthia.
Theatera. I've heard they play some sort of role in Corinth, but I assumed it was the same as any other city.
Oh no, these women are unlike
So who is
any
that?
other you meet.
Who is Griffith?
Alcibiades is a Grecian, like, politician.
The celebration continues. When you reach
His,
Corinth,
basically,
Anfusa, no one
he,
goes in or out of
Make
the
Mad would probably know this better than I would, but I think his whole thing is
meet again.
he got put in charge of some military battle and then was like, oh, this seems terrible, we're gonna retreat, and did, and then everybody was like, why'd you retreat, dog? And then it was like, oh, well, it seemed like the thing to do at the time, and it was like, oh, well, now Athens has fallen. Great, thanks, dog.
Oh, he really is Griffith.
If it isn't the one who agrees that knowledge is most important.
Now it's time to talk to Socrates, because everybody loves Socrates, because he's a dick.
Perhaps our
What is
conversation
Conan
will
Exiles and why
continue.
does it keep?
You really intend to use this young
Oh,
It's
so
a
the
Conan
game.
MMO.
Is that the one that just has the?
It's got a
deck?
dong slider.
Yeah, okay. It
You
is.
have been arguing a single point all night and no
Okay,
one
apparently
told
the
that
deal
guy.
was that
You have
during
my
the Peloponnesian War,
We're
uh,
discussing the
there was like a treaty that was signed halfway through, where there was like a temporary ceasefire established, and Alcibiades was super pissed that they didn't use his version of the treaty because they considered him too young. So he was just constantly going around trying to get the war restarted, so that presumably they could then try to sign his version of the treaty later. Which pissed a lot of people off.
who's the building, not the builder. Then
Let's see.
is it
Da-da.
Sounds like a cool
for
guy.
the betterment of the ruled rather than the ruler?
He was famed throughout his life for his physical attractiveness, of which he was inordinately vain.
I've seen enough of the world to know that there are no just rulers. Even Pericles is self-serving.
Is a Spartan
Well, it's
general who brings
He spent a
Trash
lot of
monster.
time banging Socrates.
his own life self-serving?
What?
I'm
He
not
spent a
sure.
lot of time banging
Ruling a
Socrates.
city and fighting in battle
I mean, look at this guy. Just
Practicing
fucking...
doesn't the general
This is what-
This is the ideal physical form.
This is what peak performance looks like. You may not like it, but here it is.
You just said a general isn't self-serving when he brings order to his troops. Then
Can you
he
go
says
hang
he
out
is
with Trash
self-serving
Macho?
because retreating would save the lives of his
Who?
What are you
The guy
trying
next to
say?
Socrates.
Never tried to
Oh,
say
I don't know.
With the macho,
But
with the
you
Randy
just
Savage.
said
haircut.
those things.
I said the words, but I didn't say anything at all. I only attempted to gain your view on
I hate early game Socrates.
Wasting your time.
Because he's very Socrates over here.
Why? Because he's being woke.
He's not even being woke, he's just doing the Socratic method at you constantly, and it's just like, but shut up, though.
Is it because he's using reels instead of feels, and you prefer him to use feel?
No.
Also, what the fuck is a Socratic method? See, look, Trash Macho! That's his name.
What?
His name is Trash Macho.
I couldn't help but notice your talent for debate.
Damn, who's that bitch?
Well
Can you
done.
stalk her?
Socrates
No.
is,
This is
interesting character.
Aspasia. She's taken.
Pericles has retired to the balcony of
Pericles.
His ability to
We'll
sneak
kill
up in
Pericles and
subtle
let's take her.
seconds.
No, no.
I can go get him, and Cassandra can
Don't
help.
kill Pericles.
Everyone listens when she talks.
Wait, were her and Pericles an item?
Run along.
Yes.
Cassandra will
I
She-
never got that impression.
Apparently she's a real person, which I didn't
Yeah.
realize until very
I knew she was
recently.
a real person, but I never realized her and Pericles were an item.
She was, because she's a hetero, and so she was like his call girl, basically.
Ah.
What is
do
the
what we must to
Socrates?
survive.
The Socratic method is basically a way of teaching that's like, so you say 2 + 2 is 4. Why though?
Because that's what it is.
No, but why though?
Because if you have 2 sticks and then you have 2 more, then you would have 4 sticks.
But what is a stick really?
It is a part of a
Never
tree.
really get used to
But what's a tree?
it. Seems we
Tree
have
is
the
a
attention of
seed
the
that
entire
grew
room
up.
with a single eye being-
Or
So-
it is a person.
So
that
a seed that grow up. So does that mean like a flower is a tree?
Yes.
But why? And there you go. And there's the Socratic method. Boom.
Been searching for a woman named Miri. My mother. I think she may be in danger.
Basically, it's just asking someone questions until they leave the conversation.
Do you have to her whereabouts?
TFP just hates the Socratic method because he can't logically back up his own arguments.
No, I hate,
Good man. If you
I hate the Socratic method because it was a thing that they tried to teach us in the Christian school I went to, and they were terrible at it. And it was just like, I don't care.
Well, they would be because the Socratic method destroys the Bible on every conceivable level.
My dear
Whoops.
friend Medusa is the only one I know
What
who
is- that sounds
purely
like a great way
according
to-
through legitimate means. Mostly legitimate anyway. That's all I have.
Is that how Donald Trump?
There is another
No.
option. In a fortnight, when I needed
Do you even know who
something
Socrates
done or
is?
someone
No.
found, I contacted a friend, an admiral of a sort. What's his name? Her name is Xenia. When we last spoke, she was in
Hey,
Caves.
Aspasia, you want
A word of caution. When you go to her,
You
be
what?
on your guard.
go bang Aspasia?
Sea life
I
makes a
can't.
monster out of
She's not an option.
I thought this game was all about banging.
When you're done,
You-
return.
you-
He is, but TFP keeps skipping all the banging. He could have
Why?
slept with Griffith and his pet goat, but he didn't.
Why didn't you do that? That's the best part.
That's what I'm
Because-
saying. He's decided to go for a no fun playthrough of the game. He didn't even kill his father.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
That's what
Because
I'm
my
trying to
father
figure
has
out.
done
I
nothing
thought you
wrong.
liked Tekken. I thought you liked Tekken.
This playthrough has been a huge disappointment, personally.
Wait, can you even throw your dad off?
Yes.
Yeah, he's like right by a cliff, and then you just like hit him, and then he flies off the cliff, and then he dies, and then your weird stepbrother person is like, "Why'd you kill my dad?"
That's- Bro,
You can also throw him off the cliff.
As Make You Mad learned.
He was rad.
is he the final boss that make Matt wanted to kill? Too?
No, that's
No.
your actual bro.
That has been.
Spoilers.
Oh yeah, he's already
Did
shown
you ever
up.
figure out how to kill your mom?
Yes.
Yes.
What did you do wrong?
The trick was that I was being too, I have to try to be nice in the final cutscene, causes him to stab Mom. And then you get to kill him in revenge.
That sounds fucking stupid.
So I finally managed to get the completely empty dinner table ending.
Did you feel accomplished?
Yes! It was great. Sitting at the family home and realizing there's no one left to intrude.
Phoebe did nothing wrong. Aspasia asked
Can you make it so your character is happy about the fact that everybody's dead?
Sadly, no. It's a real bummer. It's a bummer that your family being dead has to be a bummer, but that's just the way they built the game.
You really don't want to go down.
Pericles is like, "I hate parties." It's like, I don't blame you, Pericles. I hate parties too.
Well, I mean, we're gonna do that vape
Your
party.
life is in
Yes,
Next
yes.
page,
Herodotus was saying. This
SG.
cult doesn't worry me. I have my life threatened
We're gonna
by far
smoke
worse
out the
people
whole.
every day.
Hot Operation Hotbox the Hilton.
Is
Yep.
Athens.
I don't like this plan.
We're gonna do it.
The Spartans aren't your real concern, Pericles. The cult is coming, and they're bringing their strongest weapon.
Listen to her, Pericles. The Spartans are immediate. A cult's threat is ambiguous.
I'm related to one of the cult members, and I believe him when he says they're coming after you.
Sound counsel to consider. I'll be sure to let my men know, regardless.
Aspasia sent me to see what's taking you so long.
Aspasia's like,
Aspasia, I'll be right there.
dude, come down and say hi to your party.
This is where our conversation ends.
Stop hiding.
Helping me.
Why would he throw a party on the
My
next
guests
show?
are able to help you. in your
Because
search.
he wants other people to be happy. And then he's like, I'm happy just up here.
Sounds like a bitch.
Wow, rude.
Listen, little boy. Shut up.
Be nice to Phoebe.
Fucking f***s over here.
You look
Phoebe's a nice child.
only
Why is everybody?
God
named-
damn it!
I think that's the most popular.
What?
Sorry, I was reading the Wikipedia article on Alcibiades over here.
I was
So,
trying to-
Are you leaving?
uh-huh.
yeah, go.
Sorry. No, go ahead. What were you trying to talk about? Sorry.
Well, when you said "God damn it" twice, I said Phoebe's a nice child. I was like, whoa.
What are you going
No.
to do now?
So apparently, because during the war, Alcibiades switched sides more than once. He was with Athens, then he switched over to Sparta.
I think I'll head there first.
Yep.
I've heard there
Well,
are
apparently, after he
giants
switched over to Sparta, he basically convinced them that Athens was going to take over a bunch of their territory, despite that not actually being Athens' plan, in order to convince the Spartans that they needed his help. So they were like, alright, fine, you can help us. So he did a bunch of shit to fuck over the Athenians really bad, and was like actually really close to winning, like helping them win the war, like for good.
Nope.
But then one of the Spartan like rulers' wives had a kid that was probably actually Alcibiades' kid, so they got kind of pissed at him.
I'll see you soon, Phoebe.
If he could have kept it in his pants for like a few years, he could have won the war. But he took a break in the middle of the war to like, oh, the king went somewhere? Great, I'm gonna go visit his wife, I'll be right back. And then cut to the king's wife having a kid that doesn't look like the king, and it's like, well, shit.
Bum, bum, ba-dum.
So then he defected to the Persian Empire.
Oh yeah, I bet they were real nice.
Yeah.
Alright, now the game's opened up again. We can go to one of three places. Let's go hang out with pirates.
So why does everybody else have Grecian names, but your name is just the same?
Because I'm a Spartan.
Okay, but why does everybody else have like level?
I mean, if I had played as the dude, my name would be Alexios.
That still sounds kind of. I can see some pretentious there.
Alright. So after working with the Persians for a while and convincing them to just wait out the war and then take over once both the Spartans and the Athenians were weak, he got in touch with his friends back in Athens and said, look, I'm never going to get in charge if democracy is the way of the land. So if you guys can if you guys can install an oligarchy and get me back in, I'll give you all this sick Persian gold and all these ships. Which they immediately agreed to, and they changed the fucking Athenian constitution so they could bring fucking Alcibiades back to Athens and get all this sick Persian gold.
Did they get all the sick Persian gold ships?
Hold on, I'm still reading that part.
Sounds like a.
Yeah, pretty much everybody in Athens was like, this sounds like a great plan, fuck the constitution.
I want to watch this movie now, but I want it to be like a really.
Apparently, all the officers in the army were way into it, but all the actual soldiers were pissed about it because he worked for literally every opposing side of the war against them. But then the officers were like, "But hey, money." And they
I
were
like
"All right."
money.
Okay, fine, but I'm not happy about it.
Unless
But I
you
do
tack,
want the-
unless you tack on another couple zeros to the end of that money, then I'll be thrilled.
Welcome back. There's a message for you on the board.
Can we get Lloyd Kaufman to make a movie about
The cultists is there, Cassandra.
Oh wait, is this already the fucking Mykonos quest? I didn't think it was this early. Shit. That's cool.
I may have taken a peek. Did you find what you were looking
very
for in Athens?
All right.
I guess they give you the Mykonos quest early, but it's like super high leveled compared
All we
to
can do now is trust the path.
when you get it, so that's why I didn't do it for a while.
I'm not the only one looking for my mother. Cults that wanted Nikolaus dead. They're also on my trail.
Ah, they're no match for you.
You got that right.
Do. Sailing away.
Rowing speed! Increase speed!
Did you know that there's apparently a
Uh-huh.
like a spear that lets you breathe underwater in this game?
No, I didn't know about that. I did find, like, I don't remember, I think it was a spear that just gave me double damage, though. Like, full-on plus 100% all damage.
double damage?
Yep. Alright, sir, you're gonna love the next part of this nonsense.
Alright, let's go.
So the plan to get the oligarchs to let him back into Athens didn't work out. Because, basically, he got the oligarchs in charge in Athens. Like, the coup worked. But the negotiations broke down because they basically realized he was not going to be able to get them all those sick Persian gold and all the help and all the ships without, like, them basically giving up a ton of control to Persia. So it's like, alright, he can't deliver his into the bargain, whatever. Let's forget about Alcibiades, it sure is rad being in charge and being oligarchs, right? The problem is that another city-state they'd tried this in, called Samos, the people had actually won that revolution and thrown out the oligarchs, and basically they had made like a new bastion of democracy. Like, we're defending the country from these damn oligarchs trying to take over and take power. If only we had some great Athenian general to help us fight them off. Hey, I know a guy. Let's go get Alcibiades and bring him back to help throw out these oligarchs. Who he convinced to take power to let him back in. And then after they said, nah, fuck this guy, the rebels went and got him to be like, hey, we need your help throwing out all these damn oligarchs. And he was like, yeah, sure, I got this. So he got back into Greece anyways, except now he's a hero of the rebellion against the tyrants he put in place.
I want
This guy is amazing.
I want this movie.
Whew.
He gave a speech about how great of friends he was with the Persians, and the army immediately elected him general.
Can Can we get Lloyd Kaufman to direct?
And then they overthrew the oligarchs, and Alcibiades is now just hanging out being a general back in Athens.
Say what
Very.
you will about that guy. That guy knows.
That guy understands the hustle.
He fought for literally every side of this war and ended up back in the original side he was on and a general.
After he fucked everybody
He
over.
defected to every side in turn back to the one he started with and ended up better off overall.
I thought you said you hated, backstabbers and whatever.
That's not backstabbing.
There's a level of, I don't know, like, it's not really backstabbing if you were never on their side. He's been out for himself since day one, so I can't even be mad about it.
They'll be watching for me. I need to be careful.
Yeah, he was just playing the game.
It's
I
all about the
I
game
know-
and how you play it.
He
know I
plays
called
it
him.
well.
I know I called him Griffith, like as a joke, is how he looked, but fuck, that's like a very Griffith thing to do.
It is.
Like I can imagine myself reading that Berserk chapter about when Griffith did all of that shit. Hey, Vanquish is still a really good game, by the way.
Yeah, go figure.
First out those Spider-Man boys, except I can't remember how to throw grenades.
L1 or R1?
I'll just check the options.
Why throw a grenade when you can just throw a cigarette and then everybody shoots at the cigarette?
Because sometimes you need a grenade. It's triangle.
But what is a cigarette but a very long acting grenade? Because you throw it at them and then they're like, oh god, the smoke. And then they get lung cancer.
These are robots.
Yeah, robotic lung cancer is no joke.
Oh god, I have this on God Hand difficulty. No wonder it's so.
Is God Hand difficulty a thing?
Yeah, it's the hardest difficulty game. Because they have to fucking taunt me.
Serve, you're never getting another God Hand.
It's in development, Tiffy.
It's not.
It's already been confirmed.
It hasn't.
Do you work at Capcom?
Baby.
Do you know the goings on? Tiffy works in the Resident Evil DLC.
Yep.
This is also pretty funny. While laying siege to a city, some of the citizens that were still loyal to the city were helping to fight off his attack. So we just started sending notes around saying, hey, you guys are really good fighters. If you switch sides, you're safe. You're cool, in my book. Which then caused them all to switch sides and help destroy the city for him.
And then he killed them anyway.
No.
No. Because he needs more soldiers.
He's not some kind of backstabber, TFP. True to his word.
That guy. He should be president. Don't you think, TFP?
Yeah. Shit.
Hey, people are playing that Tetris 99 game.
Pirates.
Yeah.
He must be running the whole
That Tetris 99 game is good.
It's the best battle royale game ever.
It's true. I've won it like 15 times, but I bet if I did the big dumb Maxima Cup or whatever, I would not win $10.
He managed to successfully return to Athens and was officially elected Supreme Commander of Land and Sea.
Uh-huh.
find your new somebody else to look up to now, making it.
Nah.
Goes work for the Spartans, bangs the king's wife, defects to Persia, tells them to make an oligarchy, and then dethrones that oligarchy.
To become a hero of the rebellion, who then returns to Athens, gets instated as fucking supreme commander of land and sea. And had all the original charges of blasphemy against himself dropped on his return. So he got all of his land and property back.
What a fucking legend.
Alright, time to meet up with this pirate lady. Hello, pirate lady.
Gods have mercy!
You want mercy? Those who trade
I think the funniest thing about all this is that apparently he was actually a pretty good general, on top of just being a fucking marvelous shit talker.
Wasn't there some news story that came out about some guy who, with no medical degree, who like convinced all these news sites to
I
just
thought all pirates
for his
were
medical
slavers.
findings that had
And
no.
you are.
I mean, it's not like it's hard to convince news organizations to push bullshit.
But they were all like about like weird, absurd sex stuff. Like, they
Yeah,
mostly-
of course, people are gonna click on that weird shit.
You're a trader of information.
You act like there's any news organization out there who still cares about honesty.
What about, you know,
Yeah? Yeah, that one.
GBP4A News?
Only the realest news at GBP4A News.
Yeah, we never.
Next article, 10 best Assassin's Creed games. You won't believe what's number one.
The best Assassin's Creed game is never got made.
Best Assassin's Creed game is Syndicate.
Really? I thought you would have said this one. So you have such a hard-
No, TFP has a terrible bias.
Aspasia is the one who sent him to find you.
Aspasia? Now why would she do that?
She said you might have
So
information
recently
that
I watched the
You can have anything
Gantz
for
movie
the
that came
right
out on
price.
Netflix
And what
a
Uh-huh.
few years ago. And I was
How
like,
much sex is there?
None.
Wow, they fucked
But
up.
there is the one monster that turns into boobs. That the guy fucks in the manga, but he doesn't in the movie.
I'll return when I
Wow, cowards.
But I was like, oh yeah, Gantz. You know, I remember really liking Gantz when I first
They'd have use for a capable mercenary.
when I was like 13 or so.
pirates to only help for a boatload of
Something like
drachmae.
that. And I remember reading it, and I forgot how horny that manga seemed.
Much easier to travel the
Very.
ocean
Every
now that
new
you
chapter, literally the first page is a naked picture of a girl.
Anyway, it's
And,
time to do some side quests real quick because we have to pay the pirate lady.
Why do you need to use cycles?
Do what?
Why do you need to use cycles?
So we can pay the pirate lady.
Don't you have New Game Plus money?
I spent it on upgrading my boat.
I mean, how hard is it to take a merchant ship and get to Terra and back?
Still, Xenia would have used that vehicles. The drachmae would have been helpful in that fight.
Something we can help you with?
Yeah, you were talking about the shipment.
We weren't saying nothing. Nothing that concerns you, anyway.
I'm always open to
I also like how much of a piece of shit the main character
ends in
is.
misfortune.
The ones with Gotthard.
Damn it, Burns! Why'd you push me out of cover?
He's the worst captain on Chaos.
I'd like to find this ship.
Well, I'll help you if you can.
But also, to be fair, like, doing the side quests here will give you infinite money
If you find that
up until you New Game Plus upgrade your boat, and then you need to do the side quests again. Also, there are a bunch of very angry boars in the background of this cutscene. Second Malika of the stream. Gotta go by. Where's this side quest taking me? Lastra south of Chios. Ship is between Seraphos and Peros. Oh. It's probably right there. I bet.
Oop, I'll be right back. I just realized what time it is. The stream has been going on for a bit longer than I thought. I'll be right back.
Time to take your medicine.
If I can find this shipment.
Don't die. And if you do die, die so we can hear.
Don't die quiet. Whoop.
Xenia and her crew really destroyed the place. If they burn everything, how do they expect to keep the people quiet?
Okay, time to 180 whip it around and go find the shipwreck.
We are pulling up to that salvage.
Whoop. Okay. Nope, we're good. Thought the game crashed for a second there, but we're okay.
Seconds? It didn't crash.
It didn't.
It just froze.
It just froze.
You're released until the commanders return.
There is a shipwreck. There is the Miltos.
Alright. Let's go acquire this Miltos shipment. So I don't know if you knew this about Spartan demigods over here, but They're very good at holding their breath.
They can't breathe underwater.
If I had a certain spear that I looked up, apparently I could breathe underwater forever, but
Why don't you have it?
I don't know where it is.
It's the spear of Poseidon.
It is the trident of Poseidon, yes. Oh, that shark is not having a good day.
I'll be right back.
Bye. Whoops. I'm gonna die. Oh, no, we're okay. There we go. Okay. Oops, nope. Now we dive. Ah, yes, a nice underwater apple.
Back.
Would you eat an underwater apple?
Sure, I guess.
So
What does it look like?
I mean, a red apple.
But it like grows with the water?
No, it was in a shipwreck and it's been underwater for, days.
It'd probably be really salty. And mushy, wouldn't it?
Probably. Let's see. What do I want to get? With
Somebody
my
who could
ability
play
points.
Anthem that I know was telling me about the game. I asked, can you dash around the ground? And they said no. Interested. And then I asked them if I could use the suit from Vanquish. They said no. I said I wasn't. Who doesn't want to use the suit from Vanquish? Hey TFE, you know about making video games.
Okay.
How hard is it to make a game that will brick a console?
It depends. So the thing that I've heard about Anthem is that what it's doing is it's writing to memory way too much for like the way the game is working, and that's kind of what's causing it to do all the crashing and such. Did I kill the guy I was supposed to get the quest from? No, I didn't. He's over here.
Thank you. Knowingly or not, you've just saved my life.
And
That's
was
a-
it worth saving?
Sounds like something you should be able to pick
And I
up
pay
really
you
easy.
handsomely.
We'd better get you to
One
the
would
ship
think.
then.
You know, since you're supposed to be monitoring that shit while you're making the game, right?
Generally speaking, yes.
And I'm back.
Hello.
Is PFP still being a coward and dodging all the good dialogue options?
He's telling me about why Anthem breaks people's PS.
Ah.
And so basically, like, what I've heard, what it's actually doing is because it is over, like, using way too much memory, it's causing the PS4 to just hard crash shutdown. And I don't know if you know this about PS4s, but they don't like it when they're not turned off properly.
I've heard that about them.
Does the Xbox One not like it when you, or likes it when you hard turn it off properly?
I mean,
Or is it less anal about it?
it's less anal about it. Because it's real hard to be more anal than the PS4 about just like, oops, there was a power outage. Now it's going to yell at you about, hey, you should turn this off properly. Hey, your external hard drive is damaged. You got to repair it. And then it's like, oh, nothing actually changed.
Hey, dickhead. I wonder if they do that just in case it's actually, like, they put
Yeah,
that
no,
kind of
that's-
precaution just in case.
That's absolutely the reason. But
And it's not actually that it's actually being anal about it. They're just like, we're just gonna put this here
because if someone does something dumb, we can't say that we didn't warn them.
because most of the time it feels like you and my problems kind of reboots pretty fast. Just kind of
Shoot the guys, don't get shot.
no, that's just the story. Sorry, this is Vanquish. I just want to be boosted around.
I should never have gone back out to sea.
The Adressia was built to survive the worst.
Apparently there is a Twitter account called Can You Pet the Dog?
Can you?
Depends on the game. You cannot pet the dog in Dark Souls. You can pet the dog in Red Dead Redemption 2. You cannot pet the dog in Just Cause 4.
You can kill the dog in Dark Souls.
You cannot pet the dog in Grand Theft Auto 5. You can pet the dog in Assassin's Creed 3.
What about
Not
Assassin's
what
Creed
I
3?
expected.
I don't know.
I thought I lost you this
I
time.
haven't got that far yet.
Where is your ship?
You cannot pet the dog in Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
He sailed too close to the shore. The
Not
ship
even
got
your
caught up on the rocks.
We were in the middle of a raging battle.
dog self.
Malaka.
Breath of the Wild.
What's important is that you're alive.
Oh, third Malaka.
Brother, it would be easier if he wasn't.
Yeah, if you
What
get
happened
the
to
wolf
Those
amiibo,
dogs turned
you
on
were
me.
the Twilight
If
Princess
it wasn't
amiibo,
for
you can
his
get a dog.
misdeeds.
He would be dead. Then he would
Companion.
be rewarded, Miss Pius. Family is family. No reward necessary. No. I am in your debt. Your armor. Gotab says. Give it to them.
But this was father's. It's mine by birthright.
Why are you sighing over here?
His armor
No, I just finished my
belongs
drink.
to someone worthy of it.
It was refreshing.
It sounded like you were pissed off.
It really did.
No, that's just how I sound when I'm happy about things.
Oh, okay.
Let's go to the blacksmith and let's sell some items.
TFP over here turning down rewards.
I want her to respect me, goddammit.
Yeah, so take the money for the job that you did. Like a normal person.
To be fair, she did pay
Yeah,
me.
she gave you the armor.
Yeah.
She's like, you a bitch. I want there to be a New Game Plus game that whenever you show up with equipment they're about to give you, they're like, wait, how'd you get that? Are you some sort of time traveler?
That'd be funny.
Hey, DFP, should I take the anti-armor game?
I'm
Yes,
sorry, what?
you should take the anti-armor pistol because it's super good.
I'm playing Vanquish.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's alright.
It's fucking busted as well.
It's super
It's a little
good.
busted.
I'm gonna install TFP and take the shotgun.
Wow.
Vanquish got a good shot. My favorite thing is to dash, kick, and then blast people away with a shotgun. Whoa! Man, they should make a Vanquish too.
Alright. We have enough money to pay the lady. Hooray.
And they should fund it.
What if that's the secret of Astral Chain, is that it's actually just Vanquish 2 secretly?
Boy, I'd be really into that. I was not aware that game was coming
Yeah, no, it's in...
August.
Yeah,
Like-
5 months.
Like, it's weird because that direct was literally the first time we ever heard anything about it, right?
Yeah.
And they're just like, yeah, it's just coming on. Okay, sure. Which kinda tells me about the actual length or quality of the game. Like, I have faith because Platinum, but that's like a real turnaround between
The mighty not
I mean,
announcement.
announcement doesn't mean...
It just
Like-
started getting.
Yeah, no.
Here, take it.
Like, it was worked on before the announcement.
Pleasure doing business.
I mean, yeah, I'm not saying they started working on it the day of the director.
Yeah, no. They just put out that concept trailer and they're like, alright, we got 5 months, let's make a game.
Sails under the name of Finnegas. She started as a member of my
But,
crew
like, to be
who
fair,
had
that's how
friends
that
not too long ago.
game kind of, when it came out, was just like, hey, we're making it, and then, like, a few months later. Which, I'm not in the camp that people are that game is terrible, because it's not. It's still a Platinum game, but
Wait, what game?
the Legend of Korra one,
Oh.
that was one of the first, Activision
One of the
ones.
3 licensed games.
Yeah. But, you know, at the same time, you know, Biden doesn't do well when you rush them. They're a slow burn company. You gotta give them.
But this is what we're calling.
I don't know, from what I heard from Yoko Taro about Nier Automata, it was all like, I told them to do things and then they just did them. It was really weird. then I started drinking.
The problem is they kept trying to tell Hideki Kamiya what to do in English. Just did not go over super well.
Is Hideki Kamiya directing any games?
Not announced.
Or is he just, like, forever salty that...
He's just really, really pissed about his dragon game.
That game still just didn't look that great.
Scalebound looked pretty crap, I'm not gonna lie. I
But
was never super excited for it.
I thought it
Maybe
looked
I-
neat.
I thought
I
it
mean-
was like a filler game between Platinum things I would actually want. That might be okay.
I mean, it looked neat, it just didn't get me excited. I always thought that, like, the gameplay...
I was always just like, it's a thing for them to make in between things I want out of Platinum.
But, like,
If
apparently...
it turned out to be good, that would be an alright bonus, but I wasn't counting on it.
But, like, apparently, from people that played the demo, it played better than it looked. Who knows? Capcom was like, hey, we're gonna steal this design from...
Oh yeah, Serv, did you get the premium version of the Devil May Cry?
Deluxe version? Yeah, you gotta get
Yeah.
it.
The deluxe.
Games don't cost $60 anymore.
You wanted your vibrator arm.
The
No,
Trembler.
You did it for the what?
I did it for the Mega Buster, not for the Viper.
No.
Don't listen to him, he did it for the Trembler.
I did it for...
Did you see the alternate costume colors or whatever for the characters?
Yeah.
Did you see the live action cutscenes?
I haven't watched, I've seen snippets of them because I want to be, like, not spoiled.
I mean, you should...
From what I've seen, they look pretty good.
The thing I posted... Did I post it in... No, I posted it just to make you mad because we were talking about DMC5 spoilers. But they posted a preview video that was just, like, basically the trailer, but in the FMV thing. And it's hilarious because it's just, like, Japanese people in bad cosplay.
Yeah, I love the cheap looking aspect.
like lip syncing to fucking English dialogue, and then with miniatures and dudes on green screens.
I love how cheap it is. How cheap I like that they're playing it through that angle.
I mostly just brought up the alternate costumes thing because it makes Lady look about 1,000 times better.
Yeah, I thought that too. Because while I'm not in the camp that she looks bad,
She looks so bad.
I think that her costume looks a little bit weak, but I think the color.
Like, she doesn't look bad. Her costume is the terrible thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I got no problem with her face.
The costume looks weird. I don't think it looks bad. I think it looks weird.
Yeah, but so the alternate color costume.
But the way that it's colored in the alternate coloring
makes it look way better.
Yeah.
All you had to do was break up the colors a little bit, and it looks infinitely better.
I still don't think it looks great.
I don't think it looks great, but I think it's a gigantic improvement.
Yeah.
Because the original looks fucking terrible.
Hopefully...
I don't know if going from fucking terrible to terrible is really that much of an improvement.
It's an improvement. It takes off a whole adjective.
Takes off a whole fucking...
Yeah. It's a big deal.
It's like when NRS went from fucking terrible looking game in Injustice to just terrible looking in MKX. You know, you gotta give people the credits when they make small improvements.
Do I?
I mean, I guess not.
Not if you want to be some kind of jerk.
Yeah. But do you hate video games or something?
Yes.
I should try to stay out of sight.
I found out that apparently calling people casual, even as just a joke, potentially a sin.
I'm sorry, a what? You're breaking
calling
up
people,
here.
Calling people casual.
Yeah.
Is now potentially, or it might be starting to.
Might be starting to
be like a slur.
Oh, slur. I was trying to figure out what word you were trying to say because you kept cutting out.
Sorry. Because it marginalizes. It gates people into video games who might not be as good. That's how it was described to me.
To be fair, don't gate people. Don't be a dick.
Hey.
If someone wants to, you know, just casually play their video game and not be...
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that, but the funny thing is that people assume that people care that you might not be good at video games.
I only care if you're terrible at video games and then also are, like, reviewing video games and you post a video of yourself, say, playing Doom really badly, or spending an ungodly amount of time on the Cuphead tutorial.
Whoop. What if you,
then
like...
I will care, but I will only care enough to look at it and go like, man, this person is fucking bad at games.
What
like,
if
I'm
you...
not going to harass you over it or something.
What if you clip into a tree?
I mean, you can clip into a tree all you want. Really, that's probably just a sign that you actually, like... That takes skill. That's talent, yeah? It's like, good work. You're testing this thing in real time.
Remember that time we played the Call of Duty game and then I, like, clipped under a boat?
I do.
That was weird.
Just, like, shot off the world.
Except when people review fighting games. So I don't know. I think the whole argument, like, if you're gonna review video games, you should be good. I don't know. You should at least, like, describe how you played the game. Like,
you don't have to be good, but if you are bad, you should acknowledge that you were bad.
Yeah, or just play it on, like...
You should have some level of awareness about your skill level.
Yeah. You shouldn't blame the game because you're bad at it.
Exactly. It's like all those quick looks where they would just ignore all of the tutorial messages and then not know what to do, and then bitch at the game for not telling them what to do or being unclear.
Hey, let the record...
It's like, you motherfuckers fucked this up.
Let the record show. He never let go of the grab button.
Mm.
He didn't.
that and just
I have
that,
no problem with people's shortcomings as long as that person accepts their shortcomings.
That and if you're not good at video games, just play it on easy.
Yeah,
And then
there.
just tell people, and then just tell people you play on easy.
Yeah, it's fine.
And then if people give you shit for playing on easy, and then you acknowledge like, hey, I'm not good at playing it on easy. Here's what I thought of the game.
Yeah.
From that perspective. And then if people
Say,
give you
hey,
shit
this
on
isn't
that,
really
then-
my type of game. I'm not great at it, so I played on easy. And this is how that went.
But that won't help his patience.
Meanwhile, cut to that one Devil May Cry preview review thing of somebody being like, man, the music in this game is so bland, though. And it's just like, oh man, come on.
I mean, to be fair, Devil May Cry music is terrible.
Yeah, but explicitly complaining that it's like really bland and like low key, when that's only the case because your style ranking determines the music kicking in, is like, oof.
I also think that should probably be an option.
The music style ranking thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd be fine with that being optional, because it's a cool idea, but I also don't like the idea of having to keep my fucking style ranking up to hear the music.
So I can kind of see where people, but that's only if you tackle it from that perspective of, like, it's a neat idea, but I also just don't think that.
It's a neat idea, make it optional.
Yeah.
There's no reason it has to be to this standard.
He believes that you should get vaccinated, and this lady's like, nah, you can just pray the measles away.
Vaccines cause autism.
That's not remotely true, sir.
Also, global warming is a farce.
That's not remotely true, sir.
It's true. Look how cold it is, TFT.
There's a distinct difference between climate and weather.
All sounds the same to me. Are you a meteorologist?
I wanted to be when I was a child. I know things about the weather and the climates.
Alright, then TFP, how do we fix climate change?
Fucking send all cars into the sun.
That sounds
What
like
do we send them into the sun on?
The big ol' catapult.
How are we gonna build a catapult that big? We're gonna need a lot of wood. We gotta go cut down the forest.
No, you just make it out of, like, you know...
Plastic. Great. Start
Yeah.
manufacturing plastic.
Yeah, no, it's just 3D print
Tons of plastic.
a giant catapult.
And then when we're done, we'll dump it into the ocean.
No, then you do the catapult so hard that it flips itself into the sun as well.
Oh, okay.
The real strategy, you get Elon Musk to do it, or else he calls you a pedophile.
Yeah, that is how that works.
It's weird how divisive people are. Because you have like a large group of people that really like him, and then you have other people who don't.
Fucking hate him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how everybody is on every subject these days. It's how everyone is about every celebrity or person or anything. There's no middle ground anymore. It's always, like, fucking weird, creepy-ass worship, or just outright hate. I still can't believe we reached a point in society where people are willingly calling themselves stans.
What?
Yeah, that's a new thing, is saying that you stan someone. Instead of a fan, you're a stan. Because they're going... It's like that old Eminem song with the crazy fan who, like, kills his whole family.
Because that's what you want to be.
Yeah, because that's what people idolize these days, is that kind of mindless devotion.
I mean, have you seen those?
That's where society is at, because fuck
Have you-
society, because all people need to die everywhere, right now.
Have you seen those K-pop fans?
I have. To be fair, K-pop's pretty good.
Is it?
Sometimes. That League
Yeah,
of
did you
Legends
not see-
K-pop was
did
really
you-
good.
Is
Yeah,
it?
League of Legends thing.
I didn't make it through all of that because I was.
It was
like,
very good.
You should have made it at least to the rap.
Can't believe you didn't even make it to the rap.
I think I made it the rap, and then I was like, "This is terrible. Why am I listening to this?"
Wow. What's wrong with your ears?
You could have at least muted it and appreciate the visual.
Yeah, the animation's really good.
TFP hates art.
He does.
He believes all art should be, well, these 2D JPEGs. They look really
He hates art and artists. It's why he's so in love with Assassin's Creed.
I appreciate whoever's phone thing was the Final Fantasy Victory theme, considering why this stream series started.
You're welcome. Hey, he finished Final Fantasy, right?
Yeah, he finished Final Fantasy.
But he said he was going to finish all of them.
And he finished Final
all of
That's
Final
not...
Fantasy.
Them implies more than one.
So what you're saying is it's not over until he plays all releases of Final Fantasy 1.
Got to play the NES one, and the Wonder Swan Color one, and the Game Boy Advance one, and the NES Classic one, and the Wii Virtual Console one, and the I assume it's on iOS. That would make sense.
Probably.
Android, probably.
I'm gonna assume.
Just gonna open up Wikipedia over here. Final Fantasy 1. The MSX2 version, the PlayStation Portable version, the Windows Phone version, and the Nintendo 3DS version.
According to Sostratos, you don't like people mentioning your, you know. My what? Your hair. Or
Talking about how Hippocrates is bald. Just because it's funny.
I'll do my best with what you told me.
Good luck. We're depending on you.
And also, if you pick that dialogue option, it apparently opens up another quest that is like that I think is one that I did in the backwards order, where I finished it before
before you were supposed to.
Yeah, which this game does account for, and it's hilarious. But
I did that so much when I played Dragon's Dogma. I played quests I wasn't supposed to.
bless you.
Oh, Christ Almighty! I'm sorry. Thank you.
But and then you take it back to the lady, and she's like, "I heard you hate bald people."
Well, why do you hate bald people? You're gonna be bald one day.
I'll just start wearing wigs.
Would you wear realistic wigs or insane wigs?
Have a nice mix of both. Have the realistic wigs when, I want to do the business, and then go to a party and have Goku hair.
Sorry, I'm just picturing you with AJ Styles hair right now.
You don't have to picture that, because I used to have that kind of hair.
Oof.
Yeah, no, that was a mistake.
That's embarrassing. Do you want to admit that on stream?
You did.
Too late.
The mighty Tyrants. Built by the Cyclopses. Or so the legend goes.
Alright, we gotta talk to Demas to get Hippocrates' notes. What do you think the odds are that this guy's named Demas because of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure?
Is that a thing?
Hippocrates showed up in Bill and Ted's... Oh no, that was Socrates. Never mind. But San Dimas time. Alright, this is this quest.
What are you doing here?
Hippocrates sent me. Your commander stole his notes, and I think you have them.
The ones written by the great Hippocrates himself. I'm sorry. They were burned in the last attack.
What?
You heard me. The medical tent was burned. At least I memorized the notes before we lost
This is the one where he's like, "Hey, I'll help you as soon as I deal with this patient."
The patient Hippocrates is treating will die without your help.
I
someone else take care of this one?
I'm the only doctor here. Now let me work.
I'll wait here for you to finish.
And you can just stab the patient, and then he's like, well, okay.
Guess I shouldn't be surprised. Then make yourself useful and bring me my bone forceps. Some idiot or another.
But we're not going to do that because we're not an asshole.
You'll come treat Hippocrates' patient?
You have my word.
I'll go get your bone forceps.
Because we're not Make Me Mad over here.
Hey, I also didn't kill the patient. I went and got his medical stuff. I just think, you know, it would have been fun to see what happened if you killed the patient. But some people hate fun. Some people don't want to entertain the people watching their streams.
Why do you hate fun, Tiffy?
I'm streaming Assassin's Creed. What do you think? Boom, Assassin's
true.
Creed burns.
You like Assassin's Creed?
I do. I'm having a lot of fun.
Forceps should be in there.
It's weird.
Once I deliver these, we can
What's so weird about it?
TFP has fun denying other people fun.
I do. I have a lot of
Way
fun.
into orgasm denial. It's his thing.
I don't even know what that means.
Yes, you do. You know it because you know the definitions of both of those words.
I mean, that's true. I know the definite, but like... Oh, hello. You're a bounty hunter. What if you left?
Oh shit, that's not. Oh, 2 hours left. 3 hours. Loose. Just released the game. What's the difference between now and 2 hours?
A bunch of contracts would get broken if you did it now. Oh, I died.
What's the difference between?
First death. Woo!
I thought you were good.
Dude, no one ever said that. No one has ever said that about me.
God, you're such a casual.
I know.
How did you ever become that?
Persistence.
Did you have fun?
I did.
Yeah, new PS.
One might say that Cuphead was
One might say that what? Robot?
oh no, the stream's dying.
He died.
It's probably for the best. What kind of life is it when you hate fun?
Hey, who wants to play Call of Duty for last year?
No thanks.
Come back.
Oh, hey, you're back.
The stream isn't. But yeah, Cuphead was on my Game of the Year list, don't you know? If the stream would come back, I'd probably just end it because we're at like 2 hours.
I think your internet might be dying.
It might be.
$3.
Hello.
Tiffy, you want to buy beef for $3?
Absolutely not. But what I do want to do is probably end the stream here because
Okay.
it's been about 2 hours, and I died so hard that it killed my internet.
Great.
Anyway, night everybody.
Good night, everyone.